Well, good morning, y'all. We're back checking on the bobcat traps. Still just patiently waiting. I did figure we would pick up a coyote by now, but um, I mean that's normally how it is. I see all kinds of sign and everything, and I come in and I sit and I don't see nothing for 2 weeks. I might catch one, but while we're patiently waiting, yesterday I set a bunch of or not a bunch, but set some rat traps on the neighbors. Try to keep his rats under control for him. Um, and like I don't think I had that in the video, but I, I have been catching a little this and that, a couple coon, possum, this and that here and there, one or two a day seems like. Yesterday I didn't have nothing. Day before I didn't have nothing, and so that was the reason I decided to put some rat traps out to catch something, anyways. But yeah, like I said, patiently waiting on the cats and coyotes or whatever. So meanwhile, like I said, waiting on the cats. Put me a dog proof back here to help keep the coons and stuff out of my cat set right there. And the other day I had a big old coon there, and I was gonna put another one on this side over there right beside that tree where you see that trail going in, but I did not. And so far it's been working. Yesterday I had a deer, looked like a deer stepped in this trap and set it off. But yeah, pulled in this morning and got a big old skunk. It's quite a bit of black, but it's still skunk. Love catching some skunk. So we'll get him out of there, and we will go check on the other cat set, see if we got anything over there. And we'll go get some rats. So we'll see you there. Well, that didn't go quite as planned. All I got with me is a 22. Usually I use a pellet gun. I usually don't have no trouble with a pellet gun, but old 22 sounded like a deer rifle going off this morning, and I walked over here and shot him. Walked around over to the side beside him. Holy shit! So yeah, and if I can smell it, I guarantee it's pretty bad. So yeah, he's, like I said, it's a pretty good sized skunk. He's got a little bit of white underneath in the tail, got black guard hairs, but on the back, very little white on the back. So, but maybe that'll get other cats and stuff to start moving in too. So, but yeah, we will get that dog proof remade back there. Hold on, door. We'll get the dog proof back there remade. Just put cat food and right on the trail there, and then we'll go on. Okay, I can't tell. I don't think I got anything in here, but can't tell. I have to chop it open and look. But over here, this one don't got nothing. You can see the trap right there. Got a lot of bubbles in there for not having nothing in there. And here, let's see if we can see it in there. Right there, you can see the rat in there. So I'll get him out, chop this one open, see if we got anything in here, and then we'll get that one out of there. So we'll see in a bit. Okay, there we go. One nice big rat. Now we're gonna go over there somewhere. I got a stake in there, but somewhere right there. But yeah, it was, couldn't get to it yesterday. Ice wasn't quite thick enough. It's pretty deep, so we'll go get it set since we got a little thicker ice, but then we'll go check the rest. Oh, I didn't have nothing in this one. Looks like they maybe shoved some mud into my colony trap, but I'll leave it set. Don't really look like they used it, but other than shoving mud in it. But and over here there was two runs going, one run coming out, but then they had two holes up here, and one going that way and one going that way, and that one got a rat in it. That one's set off, and I can't see. I don't think there's anything in the back there, but you see that one's tail comes over here towards this trap. So I think that one got in there and just tore around and set this one off. But we'll get them out of there and get them reset. Well, let's go see if we got any rats over here. We ought to have a couple of them in this pond, but ice is a little better to walk on. This one here, they was feeding here, so I set, and nothing there. It don't look like they was over here. But yeah, they was feeding over here, so I just set one in front of that. But and then if I can see the rest of them, over here, they had a trail coming in here. Nothing there. Which them trails I couldn't really tell. That trail there, I couldn't tell if they were still using it or not. And then here, that colony, I don't see nothing in there. Don't look like it. Huh. I figured that one would have something. And then over here we got another colony. This thing's got, there are just bubbles everywhere, but it's mostly just from the lily pads and all the grass or whatever you want to call it. I mean, not grass, but everything in the water is what's causing those bubbles. But this one's got some bubbles in it. Looks like it ought to have something in it. Oh yeah, I see at least one, two. At least two. Oh, you see. Yeah, I see one. Come on, bubbles, get out of the way. There's one there. And then, oh, maybe you can see over here better. I ain't very thick, I bet it went through. You just can't see through that stuff with the phone. But yeah, there's at least two of them. I'll get you set up here if I can, and we'll get this thing out of here. Okay, I hope you can see from there. I tried to get my phone set up for more of a angle down on it so you see better, but it just wasn't working. But yeah, I walked around a little bit and looking elsewhere, and there's just so dang many bubbles that you can't hardly tell what's the best and what's not the best. So, but yeah, I chopped through. Oh, you can see over there 2 inches, almost 2 inches of ice yesterday, and it was yesterday around noon, and this is, I mean, real thin ice here compared to what the rest of it is. No, always nice to walk up to the trap and see all them bubbles on there. Well, this pond, I don't know why, but it seems all the runs are deep, and it's always been that way. All the runs are always deep, and they don't have, I mean, you can't hardly get to them. And it seems every time I get a cold spell, I try to get after them, like walk on the ice, but it don't last long enough to where I can really get anything done. By the time the ice gets thick enough, it's usually time to get back off of it. Well, I see rats, that's what I see. I see 4 rats. A couple small ones, but hey, well, you paid me $5 a piece to get them out of the pond, and I don't care if they're big, small, or what. One big one, which the bigger one ain't very big, but 3 little ones. There you go. I was hoping to have 5 rats today, and we had one in each of the ponds that I had set before this. I got 4 in this one. But I think it's weird that one over there looked pretty good yesterday where I set it. But I don't know, maybe he was coming out of here and going over there. I don't know. But turn so you see here. Some of them sticks out of the way a little bit. Yesterday I had to fight like heck to get that one stick out of the way enough to get it set, but it ain't too bad now. Be easier if I didn't chop my handle off. Got frozen the ice and I was chopping it out, and I chopped my handle off. But no, I mean, as you can see, these are fairly deep runs. I always like them when they're up there right on the edge of the bank where you can get to them real easy. The waiter will freeze them to the ice. Get up there as close as I can to the front of the hole so they don't try to come out and go over. But there's just so much trash, lily pads and sticks and pretty much anything you can imagine being in the pond down here on the bottom, so it makes it hard to see where to. I can't see, I'm just feeling, I guess. So that thing is basically to stabilize my trap. I made these colony traps myself, and I made them collapsible to be a little more convenient for hauling them around and such, and storing and everything. But I want to make some more, but I'm not making them collapsible again. because they're a pain in the butt. You try to get them set in there, and you got to wiggle them back and forth, trying to get them where the doors are both working. And so yeah, like I said, that makes them more, they won't be collapsible. But now, come over here. I found a spot. I looked at it yesterday, but I just couldn't really tell. I even chopped a hole, and I couldn't really feel where to go, and I couldn't tell where to sit. So I just left it and see if I can tell better today. Here, I can't really tell what's going on. I think they're just feeding here. But here they're just feeding, look like. And here, there are bubbles going every direction here, but I chopped a hole yesterday and I couldn't find no hole. There are bubbles going all the way up through there, but I could not pinpoint where the hole is. Now this morning, I've got a feeling the hole's going to be coming out right here, the way it looks. But yeah, I mean, they come out of there, looks like. They go over there, feeding over there, feeding over there, feeding out there, and somebody's feeding here. But I mean, this is the most concentrated area. There is a spot over in that end, right there in the corner, that I can't find a hole. I'll go and it's hard to find the holes in the cattails, but just because there's bubbles all through the cattails, and you just can't really tell where the holes are. But no, I'm hoping it stays cold for a few more days. But I don't think, the way the weather looked, I think it's supposed to get warm back up. This ice is still, I mean, for it's cold, it's been down. This morning was like 10 degrees again. Last couple mornings was somewhere in there. But you'd think this ice would be a little bit thicker, but I mean, yesterday it warmed up to, I don't know, mid 30s or something. The day before was like 40. But yeah, I mean, there's just bubbles everywhere. And here I couldn't really tell. Looks like they might have been feeding. Might have been a turtle, I don't know. But I walked over here, I walked down through the side earlier to see what else I can find that looks better than it did yesterday. And I seen these guys sitting here yesterday too. They're still sitting in the same spot. Two big old turtles. Now yesterday, I thought it was funny because first I seen, when I was walking here, I seen two red ears sitting out here. Well, I don't see them today. But there were two red ears out here, and then I looked over here and I seen them two snappers. But yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, there's bubbles everywhere down through here, but it's just, there looks like a decent trail. But then I looked back in here and I couldn't see nothing. So I think they're just feeding here. I mean, it don't really look like they've got a run there, but I can't tell. I'll have to, got my waders on today, so I'll chop some holes and I'll see what I can find. But yeah, this ice is still kind of sketchy. Here it looks like they've been feeding. But I did see yesterday when I walked down the outside, because of the ice, I broke through, got my feet wet in my boots. So I walked down the outside of the cattails over here, and I did see some otter sign, but I don't think they're in here now. I think they're just cruising through. But no, like I said, I mean, here it looks like they was feeding, but like I said earlier, I mean, it's a lot of these bubbles. I mean, you can see there's bubbles everywhere, and I think most of it's just from so much trash being on the bottom. Now when I trapped this, I think 2 years ago, there wasn't no cattails here. Now there's the whole side's got cattails. And last year had a little patch of them over here, and the muskrats had a hut right in here somewhere, but I don't see it, and I don't really see no sign of any muskrats over here. I want to come over here and show you this over here. Here you can tell they been, I don't know, probably feeding back in there, it looks like. Yeah, you see, ice is still cracking pretty good. Only reason I'm walking over here is because I know it ain't very deep. It's deeper mud and lily pad trash than it is water. Slick, ice getting pretty slick. You can tell they've been digging over here last night or today sometime, it looks like. There they've been digging, but look at that bubble trail going that way. But I could not pinpoint no holes. I was gonna come chop a hole back in there, some bubbles back there, but it don't really look like a run going in there. And I was like, well, maybe they're just coming from elsewhere, coming over here. But I mean, like I said, there are bubbles everywhere, but I don't think, for the amount of bubbles that's here, they've got to be somewhere right here. I just gotta start stomping in the cattails and see what I can find in there. But anyways, I gotta get these traps set and get home, get them skinned, and move on. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.